The Voice 17104.com. This is Zanetta Winkfield, and you're listening to The Voice 17104.com. The Voice 17104.com.
Good afternoon, folks. Glad to be back here with you on The Voice 17104. Here with Pastor Chris Thomas.
God bless you, sir.
And you all. An interesting topic today for much consideration. Chains, although golden, are still chains. I want you to think about that for a minute. Think about that, how many times you sat somewhere in a social atmosphere with other African Americans and you heard someone say, "I'm the only one." The only one what? African American? I make so and so. Really? Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, folks, I don't want to be the only one doing nothing.
No, sir.
Okay, nothing. That all that tokenism. No. Did you make what? Okay. Is it that the fact that you deserve it? Or is it a control mechanism? Because that which is given can be taken away. Think about that. And because you allowed yourself to be a token, and they paid you X amount of dollars, you now think you better than your brother or your sister? Seriously? You find this in politics. Well, that's all that is. We call it office politics. It's probably some of the worst politics in the world. I'm going to climb to the top. Oh, bless you. Don't be stepping on others to do so. Use your skills, your brain, your education, your abilities to propel you to whoever you want to be. But all that cutthroating and backstabbing your brother and your sister to look good for whom? And do you think they care about you any better for doing that? No, they don't. And let me tell you exactly how that works. Because I've been in their company too and listened to them talk about you. Mm-hmm. You know what they say? If you can do that to your own, how can I trust it? How can I trust her? Because they don't. And the minute they're done using you up, gonna cast you aside like an old shoe. And depend on how rebellious you got after selling your soul to the devil, they'll destroy you. You know what the most powerful weapon on earth is, folks? First of all, y'all want to be a bomb, or a gun, a knife. No, no, none of those. The most powerful weapon on earth is this: a pen or a pencil. Do you realize your life can be destroyed or exonerated by the written word about you? What type of individual are you? Who's evaluating you? What they write about you becomes a record. It goes in your file. Something you might have did 20 years ago or not did is in that file. 30 years ago, 40. When they go to evaluate, the file comes out. And it doesn't matter who you were or who you worked, because how they track you is your social security number. A written word about you, about about anybody in the United States. It's a tracking system. That's why they gave you one. They can find you anywhere they want to. You'll get a job in Kansas City, Missouri, or Kansas City, Kansas City. That was for those of you. Excuse me. That was for those of you that didn't realize we have Kansas City, two Kansas Cities in each state. All right. They pull up your file and read that you had a job in Kansas City, Missouri, flipping the hamburgers. That was 20 years ago. And that you were dismissed. You sitting there try to remember it. Well, you got it from you, yes, you were. And I want to know what happened there. Why did they let you go? 20 years ago. They expected you to remember the entire incident. So when you start to get cute in front of your brothers and sisters who thinking you're better with your elitist attitude, you see, understand, folks, elitism has nothing to do with money. How much money you have, your education, because most of us have those things. But most of us aren't a fool or foolish. We like to say foolish is because the Lord our God said, call no man a fool. So, foolish. You must understand that no matter how much things have changed, they remain the same. They hired me over several candidates. Really? Or was that what they told you? Is that what you know? And it'll say that's a fact. Why you? I mean, that's qualified. Were you? Or was there another reason? Did you happen to fit the bill at the time for what was called for? African American? You wasn't at the big meeting. Oh man, we're gonna get hit with some kind of federal violation here. We know how they are in the Civil Rights Division. The big meeting, where nobody was in there that looked like you and I. What do you think we ought to do? Well, we African American. We got, and they say that when they being nice. Gotta get qualified one though. Well, we don't have any on the list. Well, get one and put him on the list. Or get her and put her on the list. And with her, we kill two birds though. With one stone. Well, what do you mean? With her, we get an African American and a woman. See? Oh. And they all in the room think, yeah. But for this position, we really should have an African American male. Or a Hispanic male now. We can. Okay. You're getting the point, folks. This is by design. Care anything about your education. You don't care how much, they already know how much money you'll make. The salary is to go with the job. But don't lose your head and come back to your people sitting up there having a mid judo and somebody talking about how much better you are. No, you're not. Because this story has played out time and time again on brothers and sisters who are not wise, who are not equipped to know exactly what is happening to them. And they stay sharp. They stay aware. But we are the last hired and first fired. That's why the more elusive of us stay aware of that, and we do exactly what is required on the job to perfection. And then we go home. Information is raw material for new ideas. When they get misinformation, that's kind of like the breeding ground for brand new funny ideas. No information leads them nowhere. Stop talking. Stop running your mouth about your business. Stop giving ammunition to be used against you. Protect you, protect your family, protect your neighborhood. Excuse me again. Protect your community. Chains, although golden, are still chains. Took them off for a wrist, a waist, or feet. And for some of you, they put on your mind. Stop talking ridiculous. Get involved in upholding the honor and dignity and respect of a proud people. That's the key. I watched a special the other night about Brother Calvin Lockhart. It was very interesting, special. The changes they put that brother through. But he kept right on trucking. This disappointment, that disappointment. He had his eye on the prize. And he was a fine actor. But because he spoke out, they began to use the most deadly weapon in the world against him. Right here. Never ever reaching his full potential. Oh yes, he got recognition, he got honors. Never reaching his full potential. You know what they wrote about him? And pretty much for an actor, any actor, okay, white, black, blue, green, or yellow, he's difficult to work with. Most actors will tell you that's a kiss of death. Always complaining and wasn't complaining. It's telling you that this is wrong. And it's so racist stereotype they wanted him to play, he wasn't playing that. Times have changed. Conditions have changed. It's time for you to recognize our true potential on the silver screen. And he fought for that. Sidney Poitier and Bill Buck realized that. So they put the brother in roles where he was the leading man. Well, and they made Hollywood stand up and notice this man. Wasn't wearing any more chains. Whether it was on his wrist, waist, feet, or mind, that broke those chains. No, not doing that. And certain roles he would not accept. Just like Brother Denzel. There's certain roles he will not accept. Because it did not uplift. And it did not show the true potential of them as actors, of them as specifically them as black actors. The days they getting on TV and playing it on shuffle and jive and no. No more change, folks. And no more you thinking you better than. No. My grandmother told me something years ago. You are no better than anyone else. But no one's better than you. It's a kid when they tell me that. But that was my baby. I said, Grandma, what did? Listen to what I'm saying to you. You hear me? She reiterated and reiterated. And as I began to grow older, she's absolutely right. But you got to put that in perspective. No one's better than you. But you are not better than anyone else. Because each and one of us folks is unique. And I don't care what your nationality is. No one's like you. They don't make a carbon copy of this. You are it. And that doesn't matter. Don't matter what race. There's only one of you. Maybe another African American male, another African American female, but he ain't you. He's him. Sister, his nexus ain't you. You're you, and she's she. So you got to understand, folks, don't fall for the okie doke, man. The razzmatazz that you hear, that always do your research and get into how we got here. What is the reason for us being here? But then you reach out and embrace you any other time. So why now? This is a divided country. And then you get to then just get that way. This country's always been divided. Oh, this is the worst America's ever been. I can't tell. Because throughout the history of this country, and I think it's a great country in certain aspects, but it never truly embraced us. That's why we fight today for certain basic human rights. In certain ways, they have progressed, but they haven't progressed enough. That's why we're still fighting for this thing called freedom. So remember, brothers and sisters, chains, although golden, are still chains. We want to change on completely. I am no better than you, but you are no better than me. We're all individuals that have to collectively come together to destroy these chains. Thanks for being with me today. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure exchanging ideas, talking, and just giving you something to think about. Yeah. Take care and look out for one another. So next week, you be on the trip.
Yes, sir.
Right.